preparing for that job change, what was the process that you went through? Was it just jump on Seek, jump on LinkedIn? And again, asking these questions because I worked at high school, I worked all the way through university, doing multiple jobs, working as a pool table technician, a fancy title, delivering pizzas, did all those kind of jobs, but then got a career job working for A&P was my main thing out of university. So the biggest financial planning company in Australia today. I'm not 100% sure, but it definitely was. And then started the business. So for the past 7 odd years, I haven't had another job. So you're definitely more qualified in that aspect. So looking for this new job, what was the avenue you went through?
The job came about during Christmas. So they were looking for Christmas casual, and I had applied on Seek. My profile was up on Seek. It's been up there for ages, and I get text messages all the time, work available. So what happened was I applied for this job on Seek, forgot about it. And then about a month later, got a message from the manager of the security company saying, hey, listen, if you're still interested in working for our company, please reply with yes. So I just said, I'm keen for some Christmas cash. I just left. I was working security at the Hilton at the time and concierge about to do. I just left that job / got fired after 8 years from the Hilton Service Paradise. So I did need a bit of extra pocket money coming up to Christmas. And they just reached out to me because I put my name in the hat a month earlier looking for a job on Seek. So they reached out to me, pulled me in for an interview. I felt that I interviewed quite well, and that was reflective in them obviously giving me the job and to come in for training. This was probably about 3 months ago.
What are the typical things you look for when you are thinking about looking for a new job? For this one, was it just give me what's available, or were you strategic in terms of saying that looks like a good job, that one pays the most? What are you looking to
see? At 31, looking for a new job today, I am very fussy. I am looking for, one would be the money. I think when I first started at the Hilton Service Paradise, I was so afraid to ask how much would I be getting paid or how much is this? I had no idea. I was just a slave to the company. And that's just how I said, I come to work, I take my money. Whereas today, what I find is I certainly do want an outline of one, what are the type of hours I'm going to be working? Going to be night shift? Is it going to be day shift? Am I going to have to wake up at 4 o'clock in the morning and expected to lift crates or escort homeless people off private premises or deal cards? What hours am I going to be working? What duties am I expected to fulfill while I'm on shift?
Alongside I assume that the job description doesn't always fully explain.
Never.
I assume it gives you the highlights.
Never.
And then there's other, the expectations that weren't particularly in the job.
I guarantee you that of all the bullet points that you see on a Seek application, there's about 50 others that aren't written down there that are expected, and they make it known to you on your first day.
Interesting.
Or if they don't, they make it known to you very quickly.
Your experience, is it in the product contract?
Never really. I was doing things at the Hilton that weren't in my contract 8 years ago that I found myself doing before the day I left. Never. And I'm not going to go down the road or companies saying one thing and doing another. But through my own experience, I've learned that I need to be accountable for that. So if I've got my own standards set, I'm talking about a security job here. This is
no, but I think
being a CEO.
I think it's applicable because what you're on the advert versus 3 months in, you're like, wait a minute, I'm doing all these extra roles and responsibilities that maybe I'm overqualified, underqualified, shouldn't be doing, not getting paid for, all those things. So I think that raises a good point.
One of them's overtime. It wasn't even in the contract, but the general consensus or the culture was that you will be expected to work overtime and not be paid for it. It's illegal, Ross. It's illegal.
I had a similar experience. My cousin moved from South Africa to here, and he called me a couple of months into his job. He said, my contract says that I'm getting paid for 38 hours a week. He said, I'm currently working 50. And he said, is that normal? Should I raise that with someone? And I was like, again, he's like, it's the culture. It's the expectation that you work overtime. I'm not getting paid for it. It doesn't make sense. He's like, I'm getting paid 38 and I'm expected to work 50. Like, where's that line drawn? Which I think there is that element of you do a little bit extra, you go that extra mile. But like, how far do you take that?
But probably the one word of advice that I'm probably qualified to give is that if you are looking for a new job, the preparation that you need to make is to make sure that you know your expectations and what you want. Because don't go in there saying, I'm ready to work, I'm ready to do this, I'll do whatever you want. Man, they will give you plenty to do. They will give you plenty to do. But if you go in there and say, I'm only available Monday to Thursday, this is a casual job for me, these are my hours, this is what I expect to do. And if you rock up on the first 2 days of training, and as a security officer, you're packing shelves or mopping floors, or your roster says 9 to 5, but you're expected to stay till 7 for drinks afterwards. If you want to, that's fine. But you got to set your boundaries out, because as an employee of so many companies that they won't say anything. So if you're prepared to look for a new job, and this is probably why I haven't worked many other jobs other than in the past year or so, Because I know if I go to another company, I'm starting at the bottom. So if I go there with my mindset of this is what I'm prepared to do, if we're willing to have an agreement, we can do that. Otherwise, if you're going to give me all the fine print plus what's in my contract and not payment for it, we're going to have to part ways. I'm sorry. So that'll be my one word of advice. Set your boundaries, know your expectations.
I guess from the legal side thing, or what I've seen in the past working with business owners that are employing people, my suggestion is always have that job description. Have a clear job description, because we go through it with my clients. Like, hey, I want to put someone on. It's like, what are you going to get them to do? Get that clear job description. And because I said, if I was an employee, I'd be asking the questions. Okay, what are my job descriptions? What am I meant to do? How long is it meant to take? What do you want from me? Versus I'll just come in and do anything, which you said. So
totally. But that's the attitude as a young person. 18 to, I'd say 22, I'll do anything. I just need the money. I'll stay half an hour every day. You don't have to. As soon as that clock hits 5 o'clock, 10 o'clock, ping, I'm gone. I'll tell you where you going. Go on, catch you later.
Time's up.
But I think that only comes through experience, because I didn't have this knowledge.
You're right. I think that's, as you said, very young expectation. First job, you probably don't have the confidence that if you think I speak up, or if I ask about overtime, or I might get fired.